Epilogue. Brima sat watching the sunset with Tapia Joda. The old man's strength was fading fast, and he had requested that Brima bring him out of his hut to watch the sunset. It was 7 years since Wayne, lost son of Kebaitai, had returned to the land of his ancestors and captured the heart of Tasmil. The Kebaitai recording studio had been built overlooking the banks of the Wayemi, and its fame had spread through the land. He is 40 times as wealthy as he was when he came to this land, Tapia, said Brima, munching on a cob of roasted corn. He deserves his wealth, replied Tapia. He is a good man. One thing I never understood, Tapia. Brima frowned. Why, after coming all this way, and going to all that trouble to find the graves of his ancestors, he ceased the pursuit and refused the stool when Ofori offered him chieftaincy? Tapia smiled. Time, my son, will grant you wisdom. Love ruled Wayne. It was because of love he followed the dream of his great-great-grandmother and put his own dream of music aside. In the end, he found them both and fulfilled his mission, found his music and the love of a good woman. Many blessings have fallen upon his head. But why did he not accept the chieftaincy? I have never understood. Tapia gazed into the crimson skies. A king's son does not have to sit on a golden stool to show he is royalty. Remember, my child, many of the sons of royalty who return to their people are mistaken for paupers. That is the sign of royalty. Even I, when I saw the genuine gold weight and heard the accurate historical accounts, nearly mistook him for a common grave robber. Brima rubbed his eyes as the smoke from the evening fire blew into his face. But why didn't he continue the search after Tai injured him? Tapia laughed. That, my child, is simple. I thought he was dying when Tai shot him. I watched the blood ooze out of his body. And I knew he was without a doubt the descendant of one of the great warriors of Femi's heir. So, what happened? The gold weight had fallen from Tai's pocket. It lay on the ground splashed with Wayne's blood. He reached for it and pressed it into my hand. It was a nasty gun wound, Tapia. They said an inch to the left and he would have been a dead man. And he whispered, take it and lay it on the place that my forefathers lie as a testimony that I survived, and I came home as they hoped their descendants would. He must have also thought he was dying, Tapia. I recall he had that look in his eye. Yes, he did think his life was ended, and that was how I knew for certain that he was sincere. Even as his life's blood ebbed away, he thought of his mission. He did not let go. I knew then he was speaking the truth, so I told him. I whispered in his ear and promised that I would lay the gold weight on his behalf, and if he recovered, he would never speak of it again. But Tapia. Brima was indignant. You mean for 7 years Wayne has known the ancient resting place and I, your apprentice, have only vague ideas? Surely this is not correct? Come yourself, my son. In Wayne I saw integrity. In you I have watched integrity grow, and I have seen your pain ebb away over the last 7 years. I have seen your wisdom grow, and, now that I am living, only now may I tell you of that ancient resting place. Tapia, where are you going? Brima shifted uneasily. Tapia stared into the fire. To a land to which you will one day travel. Brima laughed nervously. Come now, Tapia, there are years of life in you yet. Let us face the truth, my son. My body is weak, and I am tired. I have prepared you for 7 years to take my place and you are ready. Tapia. You did not tell me you felt ill. Tapia laughed feebly and gazed at the precious sparkling diamonds hanging in the skies. I am not ill. I am happy to return to who breathed life into me. I have lived my life, I have followed my dream, and now I am living. Brima hung his head. He had never heard Tapia speak like this. The gold weight lies under our feet, Brima, as do the bones of the ancient King Femi, for he loved this mountain. Brima jumped to his feet. You mean? He looked around suspiciously as though he expected someone to appear. The dead, Brima, said Tapia, are dead, and remember, their gold lies in the earth with them, but somewhere up in the land that I go to is the real gold. We store it up when we live down here. Brima looked astounded. For 7 years I have lived upon the land in which Femi's bones lie. But Tapia's eyes were upon the silver moon, and he seemed not to hear Brima. Listen, he said. Listen to the beautiful sound, the enchanting melody of the African night. It is like the songs that Tasmil sings, the songs that people of faraway lands paid to listen to. It is the dream she sought for many years. Brima shivered in the cold night air, the fire was dying. Men have dreams, Brima dreams of riches, dreams of adventure, dreams of success. He closed his eyes and on his face was a look of pure peace. What was it, boy, that I taught you? That Wayne and Tasmil taught me. About the only dream that really matters. The old man's voice grew fainter. Brima's eyes filled with tears. Tapia, don't leave me. Teacher. Don't go. Tell me, what was it they taught you? A tear slipped down Brima's face in the darkness. A dream whose end was love, a vision of love. Of sacrifice and pain for love. And what was it called, my son? Tapia could barely be heard. It is a dream they call September, a dream of a harvest time, a dream whose name is love.